Back here on the weekend with Anthony Opera on Sports Radio 910. Flying Squirrels at home throughout the course of the weekend. Matter of fact, it's a week-long stay at home for the Flying Squirrels, and we're going to welcome in one of the all-time greats of the WWE, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and he joins us now. Jimmy, first and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time this morning. Really appreciate it.
Oh, Anthony, thank you very much, brother, for having me on board, bro.
Tell me, what have you been doing in your post-wrestling career? What are you up to these days?
Well, first I had, an ankle surgery and stuff like that, so I'm off work for 6 months, but I'm healing up pretty good again, so, the Superfly will be ready to fly again, bro.
That's awesome. I know that you're coming to town to visit the Flying Squirrels on Monday. How many minor league teams are you visiting? Is this a common thing for you, or is the Squirrels just a special thing for you?
Oh, bro, it's going to be special because it's going to be first time for me to come and, watch the Flying Squirrels. And, I'm looking forward to it, though, brother. But, it'll be a great thing because there's one thing that I used to be a baseball player myself, so I'm looking forward to it.
What position did you play, Jimmy?
Well, brother, I used to be a catcher, first baseman, center field. I played the whole position.
So now, if there was a collision at the plate, I'm sure you weren't the guy getting run over, huh?
Exactly.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka joined us here on the weekend with Anthony Opperman. Jimmy, how many of these appearances do you do? I mean, do you get out much? I know you said you just came off of surgery.
Oh, yeah, brother. We just, got back from, Louisiana. And, I do a lot of traveling around, and, visiting people and, doing things like this. I love it, brother. I enjoy these kind of things, and meeting people is the greatest thing in the world.
I know that since we announced that you were coming to the Diamond, we've definitely gotten a lot of fan excitement about it, people calling in. And matter of fact, one guy called in and said that he lived a couple of states away and wanted to know if he could just mail in something for you to autograph. But yeah, it seems like you still have a really good following, Jimmy. Are you surprised at all by the reaction you get from fans and the number of fans that you have?
Brother, I love it. I love them. I always love to be around them, and give them autographs, sit down and talk with them, and listening to them, asking me questions, and, I love it. But without the fans, the Superfly Jimmy Snuka is really nobody. But, I love them so much. With my profession and everything, I really enjoy that. The fan is the greatest people in the world, and I always look forward to, meeting them.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka joined us here on the weekend with Anthony Opperman. And Jimmy, take me through, what were some of your more memorable moments during your wrestling career?
Well, brother, the fans are the greatest. My wrestling, in the Madison Square Garden where, I first dove off a cage match, and that's one great treatment that, I always like to surprise the fans, on the days that we're not going to go and wrestle, and surprise them, from flying around or, just to have fun with them and, listen to them talk about it after I do it, and I love it, brother. It's a great thing. I love the fans. I love them so much.
Nothing like the roar of that crowd, huh?
Oh, yes, brother. It's a great feeling, It just makes you want to keep on going.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka joined us here on the weekend with Anthony Opperman. And Jimmy, obviously your signature move was your leap from the top rope. But who gets the credit for coming up with the nickname Superfly? Was that you, or was that somebody else closely associated with you?
Well, Anthony, listen, brother, I used to be a cliff diver, all right? And when I got into professional wrestling, actually I started out in Portland, Oregon, and, I started diving off the top of the ropes and stuff like that, and I was freaking out the fans and stuff, and so, that was my nickname, the Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and They don't want to see me wrestle, brother. They want to see if the Superfly going to climb the ropes and fly.
You mentioned the cliff diving. Was that from going up in Fiji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was that experience like? What is it like back in Fiji?
Oh, brother, it was great because, me and, my brother and my sisters, we used to always go cliff diving, And, it's great, brother. The more the height, there is, we always try to see, who can keep on climbing up the highest, with our friends and stuff like that. And, brother, I have no fear about, heights or anything like that because it's a great feeling when you're, ready to dive and just you alone up there with nature and everything, hoping that everything will come out the right way.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka joined us here on the weekend with Anthony Opperman. Jimmy, do you get back to Fiji much?
Brother, I really haven't been back home in years, bro. Many years.
Where do you where's home for you these days?
Excuse me?
Where's home at for you these days?
Right now in New Jersey, and this is where we're at right now. And, I haven't, been back to the Fiji Islands in a long time. Maybe about 25, 30 years ago is when I went back to visit again.
Would you have ever guessed growing up in Fiji that you would have had the experiences that you've had here in the United States?
Brother, I never even knew that, this kind of thing was going to happen to me. When I left the Fiji Islands to come to Hawaii, and first, we didn't have no TV,
Mm-hmm.
And when I came to Hawaii, I was, just a youngster, and I watched TV. I was so amazed. And, when I came to Honolulu, Hawaii, I was amazed to see all the people, like the women, the way they were dressed up, with all the makeup. I thought this is something different, Yeah, but it really freaked me out. But it was a good education. I loved it, and I just had to grow up and get used to it and become one of them.
Jimmy Snuka joining us here on the weekend with Anthony Opperman. And Jimmy, before I let you go, is there anything that fans of the Diamond can expect? Are you going to be able to throw out the first pitch?
You know what, brother? I'm really looking forward to it, brother. The fans, the baseball players, I can't even wait to meet them. You know what, brother? I hope I don't hurt the catcher,
Well, hey, and depending on how things go, maybe we can just get a Squirrels uniform on you and, maybe you can go out and, I don't know, play a little first base toward the end of the game.
Oh, bro, I'm looking forward to it, brother. This is my trademark, to be there with the fans and, whatever it takes, the baseball. And I'm really looking forward to it, though, brother, to have some fun with them.
Well, Jimmy, we're certainly looking forward to having you here in Richmond on Monday. Can't wait to get a chance to meet you, say hello, and I know the fans are definitely looking forward to it. Thank you once again for taking the time to join us here this morning.
Thank you very much, brother. The Superfly is ready to fly down to Richmond and, let's take care of business, brother.
Sounds like a perfect fit. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, the Flying Squirrels, nutsy. It just all works together in perfect harmony. Couldn't script it any better. Again, that's coming up Monday night at the Diamond, 6:35 the start time. Tickets still available to get an opportunity to see Jimmy Superfly Snuka and meet the Superfly himself. Stay tuned. We've got more coming up here on The Weekend with Anthony Opperman.
The Weekend with Anthony Opperman continues next on Sports Radio 910.